the United States delegate met with Vice President Osibajo as the killings of innocent protesters have become national and international issue. In Nigeria, a percentage of the youth are seeking for the government to end the operations of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. That was the first step. Even after it was dissolved by the Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adadamu, and they created SWAT, just a change of name. Although the IGP claimed that they were going to reform the entire system, but the youth are not just interested in this. They're not just interested in the reformation of the police. They also say they want an end to bad governance. They also do not want unlawful arrest, harassment, and alleged killings of youth through, and they made this known through their through this peaceful NSAS protest, which thugs later hijacked. It is even reported that certain politicians paid these thugs, as some of them were caught, and they said this. They claimed the politicians gave them money to come to disrupt peaceful protesters. A handful of youth did call on the United States of America to look into the matter, as the case seems beyond just a protest and the hashtag NSAS. According to reports, the United States delegations in Nigeria, which comprises of 3 senior State Department officials, 2 close to Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, visited Aso Rock as they met with Vice President Osibajo. In a tweet by Joyce Karam, breaking, she tweeted, United States delegation in Nigeria held meetings in Abuja and condemned to VP use of excessive force by military forces who fired on unarmed NSAS. Demonstrators in Lagos urge accountability. Note that Nigerian government hasn't even admitted killings. United States statements reads, and I'm going to go through that. Now, this meeting was held with the Vice President and not with President Buhari, who gave his speech at the late hours of Thursday, 22nd, 2020, without acknowledging the deaths and threatening protesters at the end. The United States officials did not say anything about meeting any of the protesters at the moment, but the readout dated October 22nd, 2020 says the following is attributable to spokesperson Morgan Otagos. And he spoke about a little bit, just touched, of course, what we already know that happened already. So there's no need going through the letter of the United States of America. They are simply going to reiterate the same thing that we all know. The military, they are denying that Nigerian army was at toll gate and shot at the protesters. They claim that everything we saw is Photoshop. So the question that begs for an answer is this: who killed those people? Because if you claim that they are not military personnel, aside the videos that is on or the channels television, BBC Nigeria or BBC Pidgin, the question that should be asked is this: if the military, whatever it is, are faked, what about the people that died? Are they fake? You don't fake death. You don't fake death. So who are the people that were shot at Lekki Tollgate? And why is it that the lights were put off? It is reported, according to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said he doesn't know anything about that, although the tollgate is his own personal business. He said that Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, having called for a curfew, asking people not to stay out till a particular time, they claim that they switched off that probably to, make people go in. But then, even if you switch off the light and all of that, who called on the military to shoot at the protesters there? People have accused Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They said, well, your interest is what this is all about, and you must have called 1 or 2 people to come out there to scare the people. And several pictures of who might have led that onslaught, who might have led that massacre are out there. Some of them are denying this and saying, no, I'm not the one. I wasn't the person here. But the truth of the matter is that people died. So who killed the people? That's the thing. Who killed them? Who opened fire at the peaceful protesters? We all heard the gunshots. And when the gunshots started, we heard the peaceful protesters saying, do not run, because, of course, that is what they want. They want you people to stampede and enjoy yourself. Once they're able to get this, they put their trucks there, ammo tankers, and with this, they claim that they've won. So we saw the peaceful protesters trying to organize themselves, telling people, do not run, sit on the floor. These are the strategy to conduct yourself when you are protesting, peaceful protesting. You don't stand, you sit whenever there is any form of aggression. Sit on the floor. First, it helps when they are firing shots. 2, sitting on the floor shows your determination and not aggression. So they were all asked to sit on the floor. Yes, some sat on the floor, some were not kind of yet ready to sit on the floor, as they were kind of, there is that panic. Is it flight, or what do we do? What is, a lot of a panic button was kind of switched on at that moment, and some people kind of ran for their life, some did not. But the thing is this, they shot and people died. Probably felt like, oh, let's kill some few people there, and no one is going to take responsibility for that. Buhari didn't talk about it. Probably was told, no, it's not the army. Then should have asked who died. Probably was told that it has been photoshopped, because that man, he could have given the order for those things to happen. Someone must have given the order. Or it could be that they did this and lied and said, no, Buhari, it was photoshopped, no one died, don't mind them, they're all liars. And Buhari will listen to no other person than his advisors and whoever told him this. This is something about Buhari, because I've heard him several times say, about the Gandola guy, when the video went viral and he was asked. The response of Buhari, either is faking it or he believes this. And I want to believe that Buhari might believe this thing. He might believe it is a man that got into being a general without O-level certificate. So the way his mind works is kind of different. He said that, oh, how do you think you'll be receiving bribe? Laughing and looking at the camera, and it's being recorded. This is just a joke. This is not real. It was just a kind of packaged video. And that is what he said. And that is all. So, how these things are. I'm not telling you that videos cannot be repackaged and pictures edited and all of those things. These things don't happen to bring reality when there is no reality. But as it is, there are more to what the eyes can see in this government. Buhari is simply no one saying anything. That's it. It's so sad that he has become blind intentionally and refused to see the truth of what things are. The vice president, some have called him a coward and said that why is he not speaking and saying, look, man, this is not a doctored video. That's it. That's it. Is he going to tell them that it's a doctored video and no one was killed? That's just another thing again. That's it. So people have said, well, the United States of America, they should meet with the protesters and talk and get real facts. Well, there's nothing for them to get more than what we all know. Death is death. People were killed, and we know that the army were the ones that shot at them.